So I'm going through Anna Armas pictures, and what essentially I'm looking at is what characterizes her beauty. Why is she beautiful? Now, number one, I think that part of what makes her beautiful is the fact that she can be confused for white. Number one. Number two, I'm looking at a photo right now wherein she looks like a slightly wider jawed version of Penelope Cruz. She has her eyes closed, she's pursing her lips. It's an extremely warm photo. It was in April 2021. She's wearing like a slightly black, white, not polka dotted. It's a black dress with white dots on it. Point is, it has a very, well, here's the thing. Like, she doesn't go 100% glamorous. Like, Olivia Wilde can go 100% glamorous. Natasha Hendrich could have gone 100% glamorous. Because she had like those, like, she had the bones of like a supermodel. But Anna Armas, by contrast, even though she can't go 100% glamorous, she can do something that those girls can't do, which is she can go 100% innocent. She can display innocence. Even the thin candy-coated shell of innocence is greater than anything that lust and beauty can provide. So her beauty is untouched by anything else. Although she shall grow old in a few years. But still, she is clearly one of the most beautiful girls that ever existed. I saw a handful of kisses. I didn't see the entire film yet, but I did see while I didn't see the entire film, what I did see was exactly why people were interested in her beyond the film, which was a trailer wherein you see Anna Armas at the early age of 20-something, 23, 24, if I were to take a wild guess. It is a journey of, well, it's a relationship, right? But really, it's about Anna Armas. Really, it's about, like, holy fucking shit. Like, really, it's about us gathering around, like, her hotness and being, like, us all acknowledging, like, nodding our heads and unison, like, yeah, no, that we all agree, yeah, 1000%, like, no doubt about it. Like, this is like buying, I don't know, this is a bad fucking comparison, we're gonna stop. But, again, though, like, when you look at her beauty, like, here's another picture. It's for a film review, Blade Runner 2049, Strange Harbors. Again, it's very delicate. When you look at Anna Armas, what she's selling you is delicacy. The dress she's in now is, again, it's a very, the filigree is a burgundy, it's see-through, it's extremely complicated. More than that, though, it has a, if you look at her smoldering, brownish, light gray eyes, what you get is, you don't know where it's white. It's whiteness. It's a white kind of beauty. It's not a Latina beauty. Like, I don't look at Anna Armas and go, also, Latin beauty, to my eye, this is from my perverted eye, has a level of sensuality attached to it. Like, I don't remember the girl's name, but it's the mother from Modern Family, the same girl that, oh my gosh. There is a porn girl who looks, Esperanza, that's not Esperanza Bell, no, I'm confusing women, the name-wise. But there's a girl in porno who a few years ago, she used to roll with Nacho Vidal, and she looked almost exactly like the girl from Modern Family, except she was in porn. So you had porn provided you the ability to have your, to get your rocks off with the mother from Modern Family in, like, the context of, like, big-ass big titties, like, in the most, like, salacious way humanly possible. That said, here's the other thing, like, there girls that are kind of like Anna Armas in porn. You have your Elena Lopez, you have girls that are, like, a little bit, Esperanza del Horno, a little bit of Anna Armas. Like, by that I mean the exotic beauty. Anna Armas's exotic beauty that was, like, more controlled. She has, like, a mixture of exotic beauty in the nose area and in the width of her face. And she has, like, classic beauty in the sense of her eyes, in the sense of her mouth, in the sense of, like, the presentation of her face. Like, she has, like, perfect thirds. She has the top third of her face is her forehead. The middle third of her face is from her eyebrows to her nose. The bottom third of her face is from the bottom of her nose to her chin. And she has that perfectly. But again, I mentioned again the width of her face. I mentioned again Lily Lopez only because, who's the other girl? Fuck, I had her name. I had her face for a second and I lost it. Oh yeah, it's also, I don't remember her name either. Shit. There's another girl in porn. But again, but I only mentioned them to mention the width of their faces, not to mention anything as far as, like, behaviorally. And again, like, the thing that Anna Armas has in her face. Here it is again. Frange 45 inspirations, tendons pour adoptia. L'un des coupes whatever. It's whatever ad campaign. It's from March 2021. And here you have Anna Armas again. And number one, what characterizes innocence? Well, for me, I think one thing that characterizes innocence is, like, openness. It's like an appearance of openness. Like, you feel like she won't lie to you. And when you see Anna Armas in this picture that I'm not showing you, the Frange picture, it's another one where she seems bright and open and, you know, there are women and men for whom their faces hide nothing. I'm one of those people. My face hides nothing. It's a sign of maturity because your face hiding something is a sign that you are aware of the world you're living in. You're aware that the name of the game is not show all of your cards. The name of the game is subterfuge. The name of the game is misdirection. The name of the game is etc. Now, the innocent haven't learned this lesson. The innocent aren't even necessarily innocent. Aren't necessarily even interested in this lesson because the innocent are using a different standard. They're using, if you will, the Cherish Lulu standard. The I bow down to the greatness of a higher power, maybe in a religious sense or a religiosity sense, but even greater than that, that there is something beyond myself. But again, like, coming back to the Latina kind of beauty that exists, although to be completely fair, part of what I'm describing as far as, like, a Latina type of beauty is a presentation, right? Part of it is, like, marketing. I've been marketed a specific Latina type of beauty, and now I look at Latina beauty and I go, yeah, that's Latina beauty. Anything that isn't that specific type, it's confirmation bias, in other words. Like, any type of beauty that doesn't fall within that, I automatically point out as being a non-Latina beauty, and that's a fucked up thing to do. Anna Armas isn't white by characterization. She's not anything, like, necessarily, but it's a war outside. Look, it's a war outside. All I want is a fucking pixie hair bimbo. That's all I want. But life's not going to be that easy. And I'm not naive enough to believe that life was going to be that easy. That it was just going to be me and my pixie-haired bimbo and everyone's gonna leave us alone and everything's gonna be fine. Like, I'm not naive enough to believe that. With that said, your girlfriend that can play the whore, that's one thing. Your girlfriend that can play innocent and have you believe it is another thing entirely. Most girls modern day can play whore. Most modern day girls veer towards whoredom. The trend modern day of girls developing ever expanding asses and what they're doing is, okay, well that was a noteworthy interruption. What they're doing is competing on the marketplace, and the marketplace sucks. Now the thing you can't compete with though is number one, age. There's always gonna be a younger, hotter model though. There's always be a new year, a more recent version of the car out, and that's just the nature of the game. Like every woman at some point, just like for men, there's always a guy who's taller, there's always a guy with more money, there's always a guy who's more charming, there's always a guy who's more socially adept. Like that's just the nature of the game. My point though is that girls can play horror. Girls can't play innocent. Like innocent is you almost have to be able to be you almost have to be young enough to be able to remember innocence to like play at innocence. So part of it is again age. We're talking about the same thing again. We're again talking about age in a roundabout way. But my point is that all of these photos of Olivia Newton-John, I'm looking up specifically fucking Anna Armas. Here's Pinterest trying to pimp Olivia Newton-John me. Why? Maybe because the people that are looking up Olivia Wilde are of a specific age, and those same people are looking for a specific type of beauty, the word I'm looking for is, well, here's the thing. Gal Gadot, right, during the pandemic, attempted to be the world's mother. Gal Gadot attempted to say, and again, we don't know who's responsible for this shit, right? We don't know if advertising agencies conglomerated and said, this is the perfect opportunity to blah, 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 or whether or not fucking Gal Gadot organically on her own decided, what the world needs now is a nice, strong hug, and I'm just the one to administer it. All we do know is that fucking she decided to her and all of her celebrity friends decided to make a song about essentially the world's everything's gonna be all right because and we all recognize that the world needs a little more love at this point. But again, I come back down to the organic nature of it though, because we don't know if it's again a question of a complicated advertising agency. But in the case of Anna Armas, what you see publicly, what you know of her socially, even the breakup with Ben Affleck, she comes out smelling like roses because Casey Affleck says. Casey Affleck says what a catch Anna Armas was in the breakup with Ben Affleck. At no point in time does she come off looking anything other than completely sweet and innocent. By the way, this is all who's to say who the real person is, right? Because again, we come back down to advertising. Anna Armas is completely separate from most other women in that other women are playing on the marketplace, right? Barbara Palkin is playing on the marketplace. We're measuring her on a scale of hotness. We're measuring her on a scale of beauty. We're measuring her on a scale of youth. We're measuring her on a scale of social acceptability. Anna Armas isn't playing that game. In the case of Anna Armas, the pictures you see of Anna Armas are pictures of her on vacation, cradling a child. It's not hers. Maybe a nephew or niece or whatever the fuck. My point though is that Anna Armas is taking on classic pose, the classic mothering, biblical presentation. And Gal Gadot, even by contrast, is taking on more of a modern woman presentation. In her role in Blade Runner 2049 was to be the soft place for the main character to land, hold for lightning, for thunder. For a handful of kisses, I haven't seen it, but it's a more complicated role. She's not simply just the hot chick. She's not the Hapoa. But still, but that's not what most Americans view her as. That's not what most Americans see, will ever see of Anna Armas. Most Americans aren't interested in Spanish, period. They're not interested in reading for their entertainment. So they're not going to be spending a lot of time reading the subtext for an hour and a half. Girl of today. By the way, they're still trying to flop off Olivia Newton-John still being hot now. She's in her 70s. I still hate that. I'm she was all right. In her day, in the modern day, fuck now. What are you talking about? Seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? She's an old woman now. Why? What for? Who wants a crack at 60-year-old pussy? Honestly, unless there's other stuff involved, right? Nostalgia or an inheritance or some shit like that. Say what you will about and see again. Here's how you know that Anna Armas is a creature of innocence. Period. Almost exclusively. Anna Armas isn't known for her feet. You can go into Wikipedia or whatever the fuck and find pictures of Anna Armas' feet, but she's not known for her feet. Anna Armas isn't known for her body. No one's oh my god, have you seen the calves on Anna Armas? Have you seen the thighs on Anna Armas? Have you seen the ass on Anna Armas? Have you seen the tits on Anna Armas? Oh my god, have you seen the six pack on Anna Armas? What about the toned arms of Anna Armas? It's not a thing. It's not a thing. She has hammer toes and everything, but we don't know about this. It doesn't come up in conversation because it's not relevant. Because she's a creature of innocence, and innocence to be a mother. Being a mother is an ugly thing. Beyond the part of the Madonna horror complex is related to the fact that the husband, the boyfriend, the whatever the fuck, baby daddy, in the delivery room sees some aspects of his girl he's never seen before. Sees pussy fucking inside out and asshole fucking shitting randomly and cursing to the heavens and the dilation. Either way you go, right? This is one of those either or prospects. Either it comes out of the vagina and destroys any vagina you've ever known before. Your girl can't have sex afterwards, not because she doesn't want to please her boyfriend, but because she literally has a torn and destroyed vagina. Picture the worst gangbang you've ever considered, and consider that this one time push through her vagina is likely more traumatic than that. And again, I come back down Anna Armas and the glam look. I don't see glam when I see Anna Armas. I see her here in this a complicated canary yellow dress with blonde hair. It looks Bond related. It looks related to Bond. But Skywatch Celebrity Carpet, March 2014, Fab Fashion, Bulgaria event in Rome, and 17th edition of Malaga Film Festival in Spain to the highly anticipated premieres of I don't want to have to click on for more. Point is, she's an attractive woman, but like 99% of her attractiveness is number one, her face. Number two, the presentation that she's giving, which is the presentation of innocence. And I know, like people don't even really interface with the sexuality of Anna Armas. Like, you did interface with it like slightly in that she was like dating, quote unquote, dating Ben Affleck, and dating in a modern day American parlance equals fucking, dating equals flipping. But like even there, it was like a rich man's wife. It wasn't like the rich man's wife to come back to like Game of Thrones and like the Walk of Shame with Cersei Lannister. Like rich man's wife, like you don't ever like see certain aspects of her. You see like the glam aspect of her. You see like, well, as much here we get closer to her being able to be glam. By the way, here's a red outfit wherein she is like as close to glam as I've ever seen her, frankly. And goddamn, she's not doing it here. Yeah, goddamn, she's not doing it here. I'll say that. And a lot of it is the dress. I'll say that. Like most of it is the dress and the hair. The dress, the hair, and again, like even with the dress, you're not like, oh my god, the smoking hot body on Anna Armas. The dress doesn't focus on anything other than like putting attention to it. Basically just highlights her face. You don't get like a specific like even like in the most glam photo I have with like her hand on her hip with giving like the biggest smile you've ever seen. By the way, like as I look at with Anna Armas, I interface with the reality that she has the perfect smile in that like most smiles, including mine included, like are like a Joker smile. Like you see a lot of teeth. Anna Armas' smile is like a triangle, number one, and number two, like it's only like her front two or three teeth. It's almost as though she weren't smiling. It's like it's a smile, not smile. It's the polite smile. It's the hurry up and get out of my house smile, in other words. And in a way, again, why is this smile so important for her to have? Why is it that we don't take a smile from, say, Amber Heard? Because, well, number one, she's innocent, right? The innocent woman, the young, fresh wife who's innocent, who has that look on her face, we understand the translation, which is that the smile is only for her husband. The real smile, the smile where she's actually smiling, is only for her husband. Everyone else gets the polite as fuck, lady of the house is get the fuck out of my house smile. And again, like when you get away from that smile, she isn't really like, again, she's not like hot. You're not like, oh my god, the fucking gorgeousness of Anna Armas. It's more like, it's more of a thing. It's more of a thing than a presentation. Like, and again, part of what she's presenting is whiteness. Like, the blonde tips, the makeup lightening her face, the highlights. Again, the makeup is very specific. The brown around her eyes highlights her eyes, and also the color of her hair highlights her eyes. The makeup around her face, all is like in the theme of red, right? Same theme as the dress. Again, her lips matching the color of her dress. All doing what? All drawing all attention to the center of her face. When you see the picture with her hand on her hip, with her pulling off the glam look, like to perfection. What is the fucking main star of that presentation? It's her face. It's her. The highlight reel. The beginning and the end of the highlight reel is her face. And again, part of it is that like, part of her lore, mark me, is that like, we don't have a way of sexualizing her. Like, see, modern day, with everything, with sex having a price tag on it, and therefore sex being worthy of being stolen, now people are becoming very cold in how they're assessing, like, okay, what is this thing worth sexually? What is Anna Armas worth sexually? Like, in other words, what is the power within Anna Armas? What lies beneath Anna Armas? Like, and the answer is, you don't fucking know. The answer is, she's protected like old school Hollywood, like, Grace Kelly or not Hugh Grant, fucking, Humphrey Bogart. She's protected like that, as far as like your ability to pierce the veil and see who she actually is. That said, I don't say that in a rapacious way. We need to find out the information. I say that in a loving way. This is what makes her not like all those other girls. And again, I come back down to this photo of Anna Armas tanned in Spain, working in a play in Miami. Okay. So again, what do we see in the photo? Number one, we see her foot. This foot is not sexual. There's nothing sexual about her foot in this case. In this case, you see she has a hammer toe. Number one. Number two, you see her focus. Her focus is well, number one, the brightness in her face. She's happy. She's satisfied. And what is she doing? She's satisfied. Her right arm cradles the butt of a baby, of a pale-skinned baby. You don't think of horrors in terms of being a mother, unless like it's not horror terms, right? It's not horror context. But generally speaking, you don't think of horrors in terms of children, unless like you see signs of her having children, like C-section scars or things like that. But like even in those cases, like you're not thinking about little Johnny at home. Like what's little Johnny doing right now? Like, it's not the purpose why you're there. And again, I come back down like another photo of her like walking in the same red dress. 2001. Anna Armas attends a Saint Laurent show as part of the Paris Fashion Week, women's wear, fall, winter, But the point is, there's something aesthetic to her beauty. There's something, again, non-sexual. There's nothing. We thought of Catherine Zeta-Jones' sexuality. You wondered, like, with all of that fucking energy, the Broadway celebrity, the talent, the singing, the dancing, you're like, what? Like, whoa. How far do these talents extend? One would wonder. At least to my mind, that's where my mind went. Never in my wildest dreams, did I ever consider like, Anna de Armas in terms of beauty, like sexuality. It's Anna de Armas in terms of beauty. She's young Brooke Shields. She's young Brooke Shields. Young Brooke Shields, I thought of in terms of beauty. Now it's only until you see Brooke Shields and Craig Ferguson and you see like, oh, this woman is like fully fucking grown, like thick legs and all. Like, okay, that's when your mind that fucking the sexuality starts going with Brooke Shields. But at that point, she's like a mother with fully grown kids. Okay, here again. Here Anna Armas does look sexual, and here's why. Because it's for Skyfall. Because it's the Skyfall Madrid premiere in October 2012. And in this picture, again, she's got sexuality turned up as high as she can possibly take it. She's wearing high heels. She's wearing, she's got her hair down. She's got a dress. But again, even in this dress, it's like class personified. There's nothing, again, like, you could sexualize her here. You could look at her legs and go, oh man, like what thick thighs she has. Oh my, what nice calves you have. But like in here we see the power of like heels and short dresses, right? Because Anna Armas doesn't really have like thick thighs. Anna Armas doesn't really have like thick, well muscled calves. Like that's not really her thing. And here's the thing. If it did, it would probably destroy like what she is, like because what she is a very specific thing. Like what she is, girls can get more muscular, girls can get fat asses. Modern day has shown that much that like girls can like shit a new ass, but girls can't like bootstrap a sense of innocence onto themselves, like what Anna Armas has. And by the way, like with it's ever more complicated based on the fact that she's over 30, right? Based on the fact that like her beauty is fading. Fading beauty along with innocence is like, I don't know. It's one of those, again, complicated things. Again, it's not one of the things that like a mother can inhabit either. A mother isn't innocent. A mother, by definition, has to have some level of like guilt, sexual awareness in order to have had a child. Anna Armas, by contrast, hold on, let me undo this. Even in this dress, she's wearing a complicated star dress that's mostly just stars, and like a see-through thing in the background. Number one, I didn't register sexual like for 1 second. Number two, yeah, it's just like how big are Anna Armas' tits? It just doesn't come up in conversation. Like it's not a topic of conversation. Oh my god, like does she have like a 40+ inch hips? No, it doesn't really come up. Not even if she does, it doesn't. But just like, it doesn't come up. And see, by the way, this is completely like some new shit as far as like Anna Armas being innocent, because like Spanish innocence isn't again like innocent by definition. Spanish innocence is salacious by definition. Spanish innocence is, and it's completely like it's not Photoshop, but it's enhanced and it's like specifically enhanced. The original photo is Anna Armas for for her fan page on Instagram. The original photo is Anna Armas. It's a cover of Style magazine, right? And for the Style magazine, it's darker. And it's kind of like, well, whatever, it's darker. It's a nice photo, don't get me wrong. It's a very nice photo, in fact. The color they chose was kind of amazing. Anyway, the fan page, though, gets away from that. The fan page aligns her skin, highlights specific portions of her, and it has a different feel. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it definitely doesn't have the same vibration as the other. Like, in this one, it's hard to explain why, but there's actually a bit of sexuality here. You're like, oh, wow, like, I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is. Part of it is how they chose to, like, highlight her skin. Part of it is, I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly don't understand. Like, this is my first exposure to it. I have to look at it for longer and analyze it. But at this point, I can't say for a fact why. But I do know that, like, there is sexuality in this picture. Like, there's nothing inherently sexual about Anna Armas. Like, I'm convinced of that. I think part of it is the fact that, like, she doesn't look like the type. Like Alina Lee. Who looks like the type? Anna Armas has a very round face. I've said it myself. She has cheekbones, of course, but her rounder, wide jaw keeps them from protruding out. She has a tiny chin and a full-lipped, pouty mouth that, when slightly open, gives her a buck-tooth sort of look. I said it. Did I not say that? Her smile. It's a very specific smile. The eye on the right seems more open than the one on the left because the upper eyelid is a little taller and larger, and her eyebrow on that side also has a bit of a lift to it. She has a deceptively long nose, but it is very narrow and pointy. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. But he's an artist, right? And here he was doing a caricature of Anna Armas. But while doing a character allows you to do several things. One of them is to like look at the person's features and look at some of the exaggerations, like what characterizes an exaggeration and why is it an exaggeration? Like what are her baseline features? Like I wasn't pointing out the width of her face. I was also pointing out like her again the thirds, how her face is broken up and how like this makes her not like the average girl. The average. This does make her like the classic beauty, right? Like this is a classic, like right down the middle classic beauty as far as like there's nothing complicated about this beauty in a sense. And again, there's also innocence there. I also think part of it is like the fact that her nose doesn't point downwards. Like her nose doesn't point upwards. Like upward pointing noses I think are very unattractive. I don't think I personally feel that way, but I mean like as far as like the baseline accepted presentation of beauty, like the upward pointing nose. I mean, I'm trying to think of times in life that we have seen it. Like it like even conceptually looking into someone's nose isn't an attractive concept. And like there have been even in this photo, Anna Armas and Sergio in 2020. But again, like she's like an ideal. She's the ideal for like mother or wife or something like that. By the way, maybe you're completely fucking wrong to do that. Like apply that, assume that she'll again be that soft place line emotionally. Like again, maybe that's not a woman's role. In fact, my point is that that's not a woman's role. Like a woman's role is not to be your best friend or to be the soft place line emotionally or even be like the target of your sexual interest. Like I mean, that she ends up the target of your sexual interest is like one thing or another thing, but it's certainly not like what her design is. That's hilarious. Anna Armas drawing print. Oh wow, is that really Anna Armas? She was topless in Knock Knock apparently. I had no idea. But again, even here, my dick isn't hard. I don't see. Oh my god, Anna Armas in Knock Knock. It's like okay, she's naked. Again, her face, her tits scream sexuality. Her face, the look on her face. Like I want to know what's happening there. That's fucking. Again, what she's expressing is fucking open. It's she's not hiding shit. The lady of the manor. That's the look she gives her husband in the bedroom. Like the tits you're seeing, the context of that is the lady of the manor with her husband, having come home from whatever the fuck, battle, war, whatever the fuck. But that's a non-polite get the fuck out of my house smile. That's the actual smile. The here I'm actually smiling smile. And again, all of these things are in context of even the photos they choose to use to like highlight her in a story. It's like I find it like highly disrespectful. It's like, like you get an insight into like what people think of them. Like here is a photo of like people talking about like, oh, she broke with Ben Affleck and like she cut all her hair off and she's like distraught, etc., etc. And it's like, what are they using to like highlight this? What are they using to evidence of this? Or like, here's her Or maybe she was done with Ben Affleck and she wanted a new look, new thoughts, new guy, new look. Or maybe fucking whatever random person who's never actually interacted with Anna Armas has more insight than anyone else. Maybe that's what the reality is. And that's the funny part. The funny part is that, like, it's true. This guy feels like, I get it. Like, the reason you're following me is because I have these insights. I have the scoop on, like, why she cut her hair off, why she hasn't been seen in public since the breakup. Like, okay. Nice. Well, that takes care of that, anyway. But again, at no point you're really interacting with who Anna Armas is as a person. You're just dealing with the her celebrity and what you think of her in relation to the person that you know that she was fucking. And again, you don't know that person, you don't know Ben Affleck from Mobile. He's had issues with like alcohol in the last few years. Like, what is your insight into that? Like, as far as like the role you played or failed to play in like him getting over or continuing his struggles with alcohol. Again, not really a thing, not really a relevant thing. And again, just like with cam models in uniform that I spoke about like for around 45 minutes, you never really interact with. And again, like I said, there are three types of people. There are the types of people who like have some that are the actual shit that you want. They're the people that can like direct you towards that actual shit that you want. And then there's like the people that talk shit about the shit that you actually want. And see, here's what does the picture on Instagram say on Anna Armas, de Armas ARG, so whatever, with 36,000 followers. Anna Armas showcases a stylish short bob haircut with a chic fringe. So she's trying out a new look, according to this. According to the person photo, Anna Armas. Never mind, different thing. This is just like a glam thing. But I do find it interesting, like, and also simultaneously, she has the ability to do the Marilyn Monroe thing. And that, I mean, like, if you were to tell me that Anna Armas could walk out in public and be completely unseen, I would believe it. Not with, like, wearing a bunch of makeup and whatever, clown outfits, whatever the fuck. Like, regular dress, she just doesn't appear to be Anna Armas, and people are like, oh, you kind of remind me of this other girl, but not, like, to the point of, like, chasing her down, like, Project Always and shit. And again, I want to say, this isn't a handful of cases, this is another film she was in, but they in this film, they did everything humanly possible to make her look as like hot as humanly possible, including wetting her, like literally making her as wet as humanly possible. And in this photo, in this depiction, she looks cute. She looks attractive. She doesn't like, at no point do you ever look at an arms and go, what a dog. Like, she's an attractive woman, like, there's no question of that. But at no point you're like, I want to fuck. Like the instinct just isn't there for that thing. It's just not the same thing. That's a good thing, by the way. Again, like, how do I sell you makeup and fucking like beauty products if at some point like your mind veers into like sexualization? It's difficult to do. Like, it's actually better for me, like as an advertiser, to like be able to sell you shit if I can get you to focus on just the beauty, the aesthetic beauty of a person versus. And even in this picture, like again, I talked about like how she doesn't go that glam. She does. Like, I take it back, but simultaneously, again, like most of what she is the shape of her body and her face, and of course her youth. Like, let's not detract from that. Like a lot of it is her youth, and of course the apparently natural freckles that she has that I had no idea about until I saw this black and white photo shoot. Vogue Mexico. Yeah, Vogue Mexico did her right. She looks right in Mexico. There's nothing necessarily top 10 hot photos of Anna Armas. That's hilarious. Again, none of these photos are hot. There's nothing sexual about any of these photos. Way to make my point for me with your top 10 hot photos. Yeah, even the photo showing her toes is not like hot. It's like, oh, interesting. I never even took it there. And I disagree. And again, there's nothing sexual about this. Sorry. I will say this. Yeah. She does look smoking hot in this picture, though. She does look hot, but she doesn't look like sexual. I wouldn't kick her out of bed either. Let's not think that I'm saying that. Anna Armas, dog. like Bryce Dallas Howard isn't as attractive as Anna Armas is. Like, she can't sell you nearly as much as she can either. That said, you see Bryce Dallas Howard and you go, I want to fuck. You saw Jurassic Park and you were like, she's a bitch, she's this, she's that. That's what your mind was thinking. Your body was like, yes, I would fuck. For me personally, it's partially because like she could be a bimbo. Like, my brain doesn't know that she's not a bimbo. Like, my brain's like, maybe like it's possible. Like, I don't know. I mean, she's not, as far as I'm aware. If you have news to otherwise, you feel free to let me know. But wait. So we got to the 10 top hot photos and we didn't cover that photo? Huh? Okay. So the top 10 photos didn't have the photos looking for. Fuck. I clicked on the link and everything. Okay. So was it the first photo that didn't load? Oh, it is the first photo that didn't load. Look at that. Indeed, it literally is. And here's another photo from the beach with a boat in the background. It looks extremely, I guess, warm. eBay? Bikini selfie, high-res pro archival photo. Oh, is that what this is? High-res pro archival photo? Whatever. Yeah, like, most women, you look at them and you picture what life would be like inside of them. With Anna Armas, it's more like a Blade. Again, like, she was picked for Blade Runner not by mistake. She was picked for Blade Runner because she's that type. She has that type of beauty, that sort of aesthetic. Like, what sustains you with Anna Armas is not her hotness. What sustains you is her innocence, is like the fact that like, you know that you can go out there in the harsh, uncaring world and come back to that. That's what her appeal is. Her appeal is like, again, her appeal is what lies beneath. Like, what's underneath? What's the sexuality of Anna Armas? Who the fuck to say? Like, there's no way of knowing. Like, you literally have to like present yourself to her and like hopefully she accepts you to like have the first taste of what that could possibly be like. And again, she has like a very classic sort of beauty. Like I don't know where the fuck I have this photo, but I do have a photo of like what I consider to be like the very top echelon European beauty. It's like she's not fat, she's thick. A thick white girl, like she maybe weighs like 130 pounds. 130 pounds, like 5'7", big titties, thick thighs, cute ass, small, like almost non-existent waist, like 22, 23, and like it's just mainline beauty. Like it's more beautiful than Shepherd's Daughters. It's more beautiful than etc. Like, but again, like I remember I was looking at I forget his name. I think his name might be like a beauty cartographer or something. Anyway, what he talks about is like how like there's a standard for what beauty is, and how like African faces and like non-traditional European faces don't fall within this umbrella, and how like we need to change the standard because it doesn't account for this other for like all of these other types of beauties. And again, I have a hard time seeing Anna Armas like licking her lips seductively, you know, shaking her tits at her, like shaking her tits at you. Like it's just, I just don't see it. She just don't see the type. By the way, she might be the type. By the way, Brooke Shields similarly had that same kind of beauty. That's sort of like hot but not sexual. Like that beauty that doesn't have a sexuality attached to it. Like boy and girl Brazil, her sexuality has her attractiveness has sexuality like built in. Like she has a body that like looks like it's built for sex. Like you've seen her body. On top of that, you've seen her in sexually compromising circumstances. So like dude, like it's based on kind of her job, right? Like she wouldn't be much of a sex worker if you hadn't. So that said though, like you don't get the same vibe with Anna Armas. Like if you saw a photo of Anna Armas bent over doggy style, like, and you said she had like a fat pussy and like a thick ass, your brain would immediately reject the information because that's not what Anna Armas is. Number one. Number two, your brain would know if she had a fat pussy and a thick ass. Like your brain would know this. You already know your brain would know this. So also it would be part of her lore, right? Part of her legend would be the ridiculous body, like crazy face, an innocent face, crazy like cartoonish body to go along with it. That would like propel her into like goddess-like territory. I'm trying to think like real life women who've actually taken that on. It's a short list on that. I'm trying to think of, like there haven't been too many hot girls. Like the girl that was in Species is one of those girls, but again, she took on like legendary status just based on the role she was playing. She was playing a completely alien creature that was in a way innocent, in a way like completely like vicious and violent and fucking. Again, how big is her ass? How big is her waist? Like Anna Armas, you know that she doesn't meet certain standards because your brain would have the information immediately. If she had like a crazy waist to hip ratio, you would know it. Like it would also like ruin what she is, right? What she is, part of what she is the fact that like the rest of her body is understated to the point of like you being able to focus on her face. If her body was like smoking, it would be like the total package. It would be like you'd be able to obsess and focus on any part of her body. You could obsess and focus on her feet. You could obsess and focus on her calves. You could obsess and focus on her inner thighs. You could obsess and focus on her outer thighs. You could obsess and focus on just her hamstrings. You could obsess and focus on her ass as it ties into her hamstrings. You could obsess and focus on just how her fucking the lines of muscle that tie in between her thighs and her pussy. As a man, and again, Alberto Moravia covered this in Conjugal Love within like the first few pages. How he likes like sexualizing his wife. In the case of Anna Armas, you don't have the opportunity to do that. You have to focus it. You can't just focus on like her ass or her thighs or her titties or what he looks like bent over doggy style or whatever the fuck. You have to focus on like just her face because that's all you have because that's all there is in her case. And by the way, again, it's difficult to compare it to like anyone else because no one else trades solely on their faces. You might argue that there's some celebrities that do, but even like a Christina Ricci doesn't just like Christina Ricci, like Adam's finally thought age traded just on her face. Like Christina Ricci, Black Snake Moan and onward traded on the fact that she has like double D titties, the fact that like she's a grown and a half ass woman. Like that woman is not like, and also Black Snake Moan addressed the fact that she has sexuality that you have to deal with as well. That this isn't just a chick who looks like she's sexual. This woman is sexual. Because that's the thing. If Anna Armas had a smoking hot body, you'd have to interface with the fact that she is sexual. By the way, she's sexual anyway, right? That is the reality of who she is. But you don't have to interact with that reality if you just focus on the resplendent nature of her face, the European like allure of her face. Maybe you're racist. You don't even like Spanish people. Like you think they're dirty. But like with Anna Armas' face, none of those like thoughts or feelings arouse in you, and you can just focus on the aspects of her that are not Spanish, the aspects of her that are white. Because just like the man that focuses on his wife's ass or his wife's resplendent like godlike titties or whatever the hell, her cute ass toes, just as he does that, just so he can overfocus on that, just so a racist can overfocus on like the wider aspects of a woman's body and face and back. And like, oh, that's more like a white woman's back. It's small and petite, and you know, her feet, they're like a white woman's feet. They're not like the big fat toes of a heavy set a fat toed Dominican, as my Puerto Rican friend would say. Ex-friend would say. Fat toed Dominican. Give it to me, is what he said. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Meantime, Boy Girl Brazil has amazing toes as well. So she's godlike from head to toe. If she only had a thicker ass, she'd be the most amazing thing that ever was created. Because she's got it all beside that, just an ass. If she was missing, she had a slightly bigger ass, she'd be perfection. She's got the height, the length, the titties, the look, the face, the glasses, the hair, the lips, the cute teeth, the tattoos that aren't overdone, the subtlety of her tattoos, the how she presents herself, how she speaks. She's got a very like soft voice as well. That in the context of a bimbo like queen, bimbo like goddess would be perfection. And actually the way she's now, that would work perfect. Because bimbos don't necessarily have asses. Bimbos tend to be heavy set in the titty area and mostly like cute in the face. But this girl has it all. The height, the length, etc. She has it all. She has it all, she's got it all. She even tries a schoolgirl outfit too, so yeah, clearly I even like how she presents herself, generally. I like how she presents putting it back on, like, ass out, fucking pussy exposed, but she's like putting on a dress. A little tiny schoolgirl dress that doesn't even cover her ass, never mind anything else. By the way, she's not trying to cover her ass or anything else. Like, again, like, chem models are doing a very specific thing, like, attempting to be as sensual as possible, but not be so sensual that like money stops being an object. Like money is still, it's all about the money. It's still all about the money, but it's in the context of you getting your sexual rocks off. It's a very strange place for us to be here, really. Like, it's not really a thing generally. And Boy and Girl Brazil has like, her hands are so fucking petite. Like, and again, like, I come back down to like not being able to tell you what she looks like objectively, because part of what she is like what I know of her sexually, like what I see of her sexually. And it's hard to bisect that from like what she is baseline beauty wise. You know, her endless love for her boyfriend's cock is not her husband's cock is not to be understated. That was my hit, by the way. And again, this isn't the context of this Lost to Americans is not, you know, some guy she met in a club. It's not some big dick dude that fucking she has a lust for, a fucking wet pussy for. Although she also does have that for him. But it's a long-term investment. These two have been together for a long time. After this shit is over, however this shit ends, whether they fucking get bored and wander off, or whether they fucking have a great time of it and fucking invest in it heavily and eventually like leave as fucking stars, you know, having become too old to even be thought of as elder statesmen. At some point they're gonna move on. And when they move on, they're gonna still have their loving, caring relationship, their hot marriage, if you will. And you'll still have what you have, which is the dysfunction that brought you here in the first place. There's a fairness to that doesn't exist in most other things in life, frankly.